A pleasant good morning from Albany. Welcome inside the Times Union Center for Game 2 of the 2019 MAAC Basketball Championship. The hometown 7th-seeded Siena Saints taking on the 10th seed Iona Gales. My name's Jeff Brault alongside Phyllis Mangina. Phyllis, Siena took both regular season meetings, but the Iona Gales have ended the year strong, winning 3 of their final 5.
Well, Iona's playing their best basketball of the season. They're really excited to be playing right now. They're plus 10 points they're averaging 46. Now they're at 56. So they're just really gelling as a group. So this is going to be a fantastic game.
The big question will be, can Iona score the basketball against Allie Jack's matchup zone? They call it the Blizzard defense. It is one of the more intricate defensive schemes to try to score the ball against.
Well, it's not easy to score against. They put such pressure on you, and they also give you different looks, so you don't actually know, is it zone, is it man? They extend it. They'll trap out of it. So, again, this is a younger Iona team trying to go against the defense that has caused a lot of problems for many teams in the league.
There's Siena head coach Allie Jacks. Here is her starting lineup. She's got 3 senior guards, Deja Rawls, Aaliyah Jones, and Joella Gibson. 2 of them, Jones and Gibson, are 5th-year seniors. Maddie Sims, second-team All-MAAC in the post, alongside Sabrina Piper. For the Iona Gales, who are wearing maroon and gold, they've got a very young lineup. In fact, they start 3 freshmen, Juana Camilleon, Cheyenne Moy, and Gabrielle Joseph, along with point guard Tori Lesko, a redshirt sophomore, and junior transfer Morgan Rayq, who leads the team with 12 points per game.
Jeff, it's really important for Iona to handle some of the pressure that they're going to see from Siena.
This is Sims in the paint, spinning right. Good interior defense by Gabrielle Joseph as the Gales will seek the morning's first point. Cheyenne Moy's shot is deflected out of bounds.
And you could see, Siena went straight to Sims. Sims killed Iona in both games on the block. So, we have to see whether is Iona going to double the ball. Will they front the post? So it'll be a chess match as we move along. But they have to really take care of the ball, and Rayq hitting the 3 is a good way.
Been shooting the 3 ball better as the season has gone along. You see this often, Phils, with young teams. When it gets into February, those freshmen don't play like it anymore.
Well, there's a lot to teach, especially with a lot of new players coming into a system. So you're in a teaching mode constantly, and when you get to February, finally, players seem to settle down. They understand what's expected of them, and they just start to play the game. They're not thinking it.
Deja Rawls answers with a triple for Siena. The Saints need to get long balls to fall for their offense to run successfully. Just 28% as a group, but like Iona's overall scoring in February, they've shot the 3 better behind Aaliyah Jones, who has been white hot down the stretch this season.
Well, I believe she's one of the best guards in the league. I think she really makes this Saint team go. Both defensively, offensively, but they have senior guards. They've been here before. There's great experience, and they understand, one and done.
Jones was unable to set up Rawls there as Lesko just dribbles it off her knee in transition. An easy pickup for Piper. Sims pulls up and misfires on the mid-range J. Gibson has the weak side rebound taken away from her. A bit sloppy in the early going. Look, it's 11:30 a.m. You never know, but neither team has really valued the basketball here in the first 2 minutes.
Well, I know, great drive. I love Camilleon. What a tremendous freshman in this league. Not really a freshman, but she is way beyond her years. She's talented. She's got length. She can score the 3. She can get to the rim. She's going to be a headache for a lot of coaches for the next 3 years.
It's 5-3 Iona, 7:40 remaining in the opening quarter. This is MAAC opening round game number 2. The Fairfield Stags defeated the Niagara Purple Eagles in the first game of the tournament. It looked like Fairfield was going to put Niagara away early, but the Eagles had a run in them in the second half. Fairfield made their free throws down the stretch and will advance to play the 2-time reigning and defending champion Quinnipiac Bobcats, the 1 seed. That game will take place tomorrow. Another Iona turnover. That is their 3rd of the opening quarter. Gales averaged 20 turnovers a game,
nice.
And in their first meeting against Siena this year, turned it over 27 times. Saints taking advantage of the turnover. Phyllis getting inside and earning a couple of free throws.
Well, they want an up-tempo game. They want to get up and down the floor. They want pace to the game. They want to turn them over with live ball turnovers to get out in transition. So even though they have to settle down and not turn the ball over, but they want to get up and down the floor here.
Joella Gibson, a 5th-year senior from New York City. She misses free throw number 1. Just a 55% foul shooter on the year. As you have another look at the way that Gibson got to the line.
Yeah, I love the touch pass, though. You know, Piper does a lot of different things for this team. She can score, she'll rebound, but in transition there, I think she's getting better as a ball handler and playmaker.
True to her average, the second free throw is good.
And now we'll get the press at a different level and keep giving this Iona team different looks. Great steal.
And more free throws coming for Joella Gibson.
Now, this Iona team, you have to look to the middle and up the sideline against this pressure. You're not just throwing the ball back, and Gibson just read that.
Allie Jacks has to be happy with the way that her team is getting to the basketball here in the first 3 minutes. 7:04 to go in the opening period. It's 5-4 Iona, but Gibson with a chance to give Siena the lead. She swishes the first free throw. See that steal right there. The head of the Blizzard defense, the matchup zone,
exactly.
just seems to always be around the basketball.
Well, I mean, that's the key, right? Putting pressure on the ball, doing it at different levels of the floor, three-quarter court, half court, keeping that offensive team off balance.
So
sometimes they'll take people away. Sometimes they'll trap. And you're getting a lot of different looks.
So you'll see the press and trap in there. The trap leads to the steal. Gibson able to lay it in. Joella Gibson at the top of the defense, which Allie Jacks has extended three-quarter court, giving Iona a lot of trouble early.
Yeah, now they just got the ball in the middle of the floor. Lesko has to look up the court so they can attack.
There's Monica Bearfield on the pull-up, fresh in off the bench. Shot doesn't drop, and we've got another foul on Morgan Rakew. Already 2 fouls on Iona's leading scorer, so the junior from Marathon, Wisconsin will have to go to the bench, and, well, that changes the calculus for Iona head coach Billy Chambers.
Well, we saw it in our first game. Key players for Niagara getting in foul trouble, and Moore and Gathers, and it really changed the complexion of the game, and we'll see how Iona handles this situation. Now, they've had injuries, and what injuries, Jeff, do, it changes your rotation. So you don't have the depth that you thought you were going to have coming into the game, so you can't get in foul trouble, especially to a key player.
Iona is very short-handed, not necessarily because of injuries, although that has been a factor. They've got a number of players that just haven't been able to suit up at all this year, so they've been working with a short rotation all season long. Bearfield turns it over, just threw the ball to where Juana Chameleon wasn't, and that was an easy steal for Aaliyah Jones. Against Bearfield the other way, Jones banks it in, exploiting the mismatch.
Well, I'll tell you, they're just playing exactly the way you expect the Siena team play. I call it the Siena way: intensity, aggression, and after you. And they take that strictly from their coach, Allie Jacks.
10-5 Saints, 5:45 left in this opening quarter. Iona basketball. Cheyenne Moy, freshman out of Lowell, Massachusetts. Overthrow, Chameleon will chase it down in the backcourt, and that is another Gales turnover. Already 7 of them.
Well, it's pressure at different levels. We've seen the trap in the forecourt, and now we're seeing, Rawls keeping the ball on one side of the floor and not giving many options.
We mentioned the 27 turnovers that Iona had in the first meeting of the year between these two teams, a game that the Saints won 59-47. They cleaned it up a little bit in the second game at only 18 in a 66-45 loss on February 7th. Traveling violation on Deja Rawls, really the first thing that hasn't gone right for the Saints so far this morning.
Well, Iona has 7 turnovers and has helped the 10-5 score here for the Saints.
So it's a 1-3-1 press into the matchup zone called the Blizzard defense for the Saints. We're calling it the Blizzard defense because when Joe McCune at Northwestern invented he said that if this team played it well, they would go to Dairy Queen afterwards. That's why it's called the Blizzard. What exactly are we looking at, Phyllis?
Well, what you're looking at is they're matching up with players on the floor, yet you have zone responsibility. And because they pressure you at different levels of the floor, you don't know exactly who's coming at you. So sometimes it looks like a 1-3-1. It can drop into a 2-3. Ball gets into the corner. It can rotate into a 3-2. So, there's a lot of different looks, and you've got senior guards who've been playing this and understand it as well as Coach Jack. So it gives them an advantage defensively to really help and cover for each other.
They get Lesko in the teeth of the zone. Now Chameleon drives right through it and finishes. Good execution by the Iona Gales.
Hey, and I'm giving you an explanation, Jeff, but we used to get hurt all the time at St. Peter's with this. So
timeout on the court. The Siena Saints lead the Iona Gales 10-7, 4:42 to go in the opening quarter here of MAAC opening round game number 2 in Albany.
It's a great day to be a Saint. Got our paws on some sophisticated technology. Practiced a little saint-like behavior. We came and went the distance toward discovery. preparing to join the ranks of the saints before us. We're a school with heart, in pursuit of greater inspiration that connects us forever.
How do you move the world? Begin with an education that combines a life of the mind with a life of service. Add a campus whose proximity to New York City makes it a global gateway. Include more than 60 degree programs and countless internship opportunities. Mix in a brand new institute for entrepreneurship and top it off with over 80 clubs and a Division I sports program. So how do you move the world? Start at Iona College.
Dad, I think he's dead.
Probably just playing possum. There he is.
There's an easier way to save. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on...
When the Iona Gales have gotten into their offense this morning, they have been able to score at a 50% clip. Gales trail the Siena Saints 10-7, 4:42 to go in the opening period. Billy Chambers, sixth-year head coach of the Iona Gales, has seen her team turn it over 7 times, however, and that's something that she was certainly speaking about in that timeout huddle.
Oh, absolutely, and if every time they take care of the ball, they're scoring. But you have to really love the job that she's done with this Gales team, really turning over a roster. A lot of good young talent in the program. Loves the chemistry, loves the culture that's been created with this group, and really excited about their future.
Saints go a little fast there and turn it over for the third time after the three-point miss by Cheyenne Moy. You talk about Iona developing a culture. It's going to be a brand new culture. This is a team that won this tournament in 2016. All of those players are gone. 7 of their top 8 scorers from a year ago have departed, either because of graduation or for other reasons. So a brand new roster, a brand new group for Coach Chambers to mold.
Yeah, but you know, she loves how hard they work and how well they work together. Lesko's a big part of that, a great team leader.
Monica Bearfield cans the corner 3. She is Iona's leading three-point shooter on the season, better than 31%.
And she has hurt Iona. She had 20 in one game. A focal point for Siena is to make sure they know where she is.
Had 14 in the other, so a couple of double-digit efforts as the freshman Camille Iona commits one of the cardinal sins of basketball, fouling a mid-range jump shooter.
Yeah, you don't want to foul the jump shot, and I don't know if that was going in, but now we get to go to the free throw line. And, you know, speaking of free throws, Siena's 3 for 4, but that's been an Achilles heel for them throughout the year. If you look at some of their losses, I saw the Ryder game. They lose by 20, but they missed 20 free throws. On the year, they've taken 611. And this is just a bad foul, and you can't foul the jump shot here.
Made just 60% of those 611 free throws. Sabrina Piper, who is at the line here, is one of Siena's best. In fact, 9th in the MAAC at 72%, the junior from Paris, France.
And what's interesting, they've shot free throws the best against this Iona team. Must be something about Iona. They were 17 for 19 and 27 for 29, so it has attributed to both of their wins. Now they'll extend here and really pressure the ball.
So Leah Jones at the head of the Blizzard defense. This is Monica Bearfield.
And you can see on any pick and roll, they jam the pick and roll.
Cheyenne Moy finds the 15-foot floater.
She's really, you talk about why they're scoring more. She had been out with a stress fracture. She's back now. She really gives them another scorer and a creator on the floor.
Started the first 7 games of the year.
You know, Coach Chambers talked to me about they want to play without fouling. And basically because they put Siena on the free throw line so much over the last 2 games. And you just saw her, telling Barfield to play with, get your hands off, move your feet.
Leah Jones, a 76% foul shooter. This is how she got to the line.
Left arm on the hip. They're going to call it all night long.
Juana Chameleon, Cheyenne Moy on the court with Monica Bearfield, Tori Lesko, and Gabrielle Joseph. This is Moy going to that floater again. Fundamentals banking it in.
Yeah, but that time, if you're jamming, you can't go over the screen. You got to go under. She went under last time. You have to have defensive discipline by Siena there.
Piper travels against the double team on the block, and that brings the Iona bench to their feet. Phyllis, the Gales have looked much better, making all 3 of their shots coming out of Coach Chambers' timeout huddle during the media.
Got your first time in championship play if you're a freshman, and there's a lot of them on the floor for the Gales, and just settling down now, and they're playing with a lot more confidence than I've seen them earlier in the year.
Shooting 60% from the floor. Chameleon on the drive, pass for Lesko on the baseline. Rawls able to rebound, but then fouled by Gabrielle Joseph at about 75 feet. It's the first on Joseph and the 4th on the Iona Gales. Even more impressive, Phyllis, they're making this run without their leading scorer, Morgan Rakeu, who got 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's a silly foul at 85 feet, but doing this without a key player on the floor, just says so much about the development of all the players in this program, and Joseph is one. Coaches are so high on her athletic forward who's really strong in the post. When she's facing the basket, she scores the ball better. She's really developing back-to-basket moves, but...
And check what I said.
Gales
are over the limit.
That's just a hustle play and trying to go after a ball, and good hustle by Rawls going through the basketball to run down that rebound.
Rawls makes the second free throw, brings the Saints within 1.
And most of the time, anytime there's free throws, Siena will extend. Now, to me, that's that turnover, it really hurts you because it's without any pressure. That's just less focus, not paying attention to details there as a guard for the Gales.
You wonder how much that three-quarter court press is in Iona's head. They have not had much success against it in the opening quarter. Left of the lane jumper for Aaliyah Jones. Offensive rebound by Sims, and she's got second chance points.
You got to put a body on her, but it's hard to block you out when you're 15 feet from the rim. But, and this is where the press wears on you. Great steal, great anticipation.
Aaliyah Jones to the tin for 2 more.
Yeah, we got to spread the floor out more if you're Iona. You're too compact. Right now, Ramil's got to get deeper on the floor. Everybody's in the back, almost in the backcourt.
9 first quarter turnovers for Iona as Moy able to handle and find Jody Marie Ramil in the paint, who travels once doubled on the MAAC logo.
Great help from the weak side by Piper there. Right now Siena's playing defense the way they want to. And with the blizzard, they'll continue trapping with it all the way down end line to end line, and sometimes you don't know when it's coming, but if you're behind, they're coming to get you.
Aaliyah Jones to the elbow. Here's Deja Rawls swinging it into the corner. Sabrina Piper. Jones attacks on Bearfield. Pulls up at 13 feet. The shot is long and rebounded by Gabrielle Joseph.
And you really got to admire Jones. I mean, she's taped up in her Lions tape today. But, she's playing hard and she's got great hands. So deserving of the All-MAAC third team call. I think she's one of the best guards in the league.
She has torn ligaments in both of her knees. Hence that stylish wrap that she's got going. She has been electric in the month of February for the Siena Saints, putting the team on her back, as fifth-year seniors will often do with their career winding down.
That's a crafty play by the Frosh. Step through. I love her footwork. She's a really advanced player. And let's not forget, she's still learning a new system, new players, and she's really learning the English language, so there's a lot to overcome. But her teammates have been so helpful in that area, really helping her, explaining things to her.
Juana Chameleon comes from the nation of Spain, and while they have one of the best youth basketball programs anywhere in the world, how often do you see it, Phyllis? Players that come from Spain have such a great grasp of the fundamentals.
Well, what you love is the footwork, and you have to understand international ball. They practice more than they play. And you can see it in her skill level. Just there, just being poised at the rim and not rushing. And that's like a senior play there.
Inside a minute to go in the opening quarter. We've got a 1-point ball game. Saints trying to stretch their slim advantage. Aaliyah Jones, 5 points, along with Joella Gibson to lead the Saints. Here it's Sims on the block, spinning right, shot high off glass, and she's got the friendly roll.
You know, that's where I would force her that way, though. I'd make her go over the left shoulder. She's much better going over the right, a lefty, and you'll live with her scoring going over that shoulder.
About a 7-second differential as Iona turns it over for the 11th time. Joella Gibson
Nice.
off a great feed from Piper.
Terrific 2-on-1 draw in addition. Piper has been on the end of a couple of those assists, but the turnovers for the Gales are really hurting them right now.
4 big points for Siena in the waning moments of the opening period. Iona trying to get the last shot, but instead another turnover. Deja Rawls takes it from Camille Leone, and then Sims travels at midcourt. So with 6.9 seconds to go in the first frame, the Gales get new life.
Yeah, Coach Jacks would like that back. And a break for the Gales, but you can't get caught in this. We call this a coffin corner here, right? You got to stay out of this area. It's an easy place. You got half court and you got the sideline. Easy place to trap for the Siena team.
It's like you've got 4 defenders
Exactly.
there with the midcourt stripe and the sideline. Chameleon shot blocked by Lala Watts at the first quarter horn. That's why you send in the 6'3" freshman Watts for the final 7 seconds of the opening quarter. The Saints with a little run at the end of the first quarter to open up a 21-16 lead.
Well, they did it all with defense, and their pressure is really wearing on Iona, and a great 2-on-1 and a finish for the Saints. Goodness.
I mean, they got to
That's
be ecstatic to not be down more.
No, seriously, you got 12 turnovers and you're down 5 points.
Yeah.
You think you're okay?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, you got 12 turnovers. Yeah.
I like Chameleon.
Yes.
And for Siena Gibson. Yeah, 14 for Siena and 22 for Iona.
Great.
And Chameleon, I think, is doing this with 2 fouls. Yeah, Chameleon and Reiki have 2 fouls.
You know what? That's sometimes, you know, you start to trust your kids, right? And I mean, she's a talented player. You have to have her on the floor. She has to handle the ball under pressure. So taking a chance here, though, with 2 fouls. But, hey, you know what?
Yeah,
you know your players. I think you have to play them a little bit. You can't sit them for 20 minutes.
Iona down, thank you. Iona down 5 without Reiki playing. Reiki played 3 minutes.
Right, I think it's, and leading scorer, rebounder, not on the floor. Pretty good. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. Look at this.
I know.
Oh, my God.
I know.
How are you not down? I mean, what's the problem? Right here, both. But this
Both,
one,
yeah,
I meant this
both.
one. Sorry,
Yeah.
this one. 13 turnovers. How many points you have off turn? How many? 12. See, they're point for point. That's pretty good. That's really good.
They're weathering the storm.
For every possession you turnover, you want a point, and they've done that. Still down by 5. I just feel like Siena should be up maybe 10 or 15 points. You know?
But Iona's executing. I mean,
they're executing.
They're 17 percentage points over their average from the field. Sounds good. Joella Gibson leading the Siena Saints with 7 points, getting it done on both the offensive and defensive end of the floor. Her team's got a 21-16 lead over the Iona Gales as we go to the second quarter here in Albany, but Iona hanging with it. Freshman Juana Chameleon, 6 points to lead her side, despite doing most of that damage with 2 first quarter fouls.
Well, it just shows a lot of confidence that coach has in her. Keeping her on the floor with fouls, but they're surviving without Reiku. They're leading scorer, they're leading rebounder on the floor, and we have a 5-point game.
Deja Rawls back to the line for Siena, shot 10 free throws in the opening quarter. Rawls leaves the first short. Another look at the drive inside. Siena has done most of their damage today, Phyllis, getting into the paint.
Well, that's what they do really well. And that time, you know, Iona took 6 charges against Siena in their last game. They're really doing a great job getting position. That time, you know, let's go just a hair late, and Siena taking advantage.
Gales down 6 now, 12 turnovers.
It's
12.
spacing. We need spacing against the press. They're on top of one another, the Gales. We must space the floor better.
Moy for 3. Well guarded by the 6'2 Sims. Iona will have another chance as the Saints couldn't rebound strong.
Yeah, probably not the shot that you want in that situation. She had size on her. I'd like to see her put the ball on the floor, and then you got to be aware of the help in the blizzard. But she could really attack Sims there off the bounce.
Lesko restarts Camilleon, Joseph Moy, and Bearfield also on the court for Iona. Here's Bearfield, redshirt sophomore from Joliet, Illinois. Joseph working her way to the block. Fall away. Bounces off. Lesko trying to keep it alive and just could not save it on the baseline. Good hustle by Tori Lesko. Just a redshirt sophomore by class, but she is the most experienced player and the de facto leader of the Iona Gales.
Well, she had, saw her play all through high school and AAU ball. A terrific sense of the game, terrific defensive player, and really a team-first kind of player, and has really led this youth movement here at Iona.
Offensive rebound for Watts, but she misses the uncontested stick back. Another break for the Iona Gales. They have gotten a lot of those breaks.
Well, they need them right now with the way they're turning the basketball over.
6'3" center, Lala Watts out of Jenkins, Kentucky, known as a shot blocker in high school. In fact, once blocked 15 shots in a game in high school. I don't care what level of ball you're playing
exactly.
at. That is darn impressive.
No question. And she's the X factor for this team. When she is scoring and playing well and really has started to come on, she gives them size and athleticism around the rim, and it allows Maddie Sims just to go score and not have to worry about too much more.
I think Gabrielle Joseph wanted a whistle there inside, thought that the arm came down as she was in the act of shooting, but that went uncalled. Saints looking to grow a 6-point advantage. Aaliyah Jones posting up. Nice move.
Oh, great use of her footwork and her body, and, using the glass. She has just grown so much as a player, and you really love to see her playing well after, some of the really tough injuries that she has come back from.
Morgan Ray Q wearing number 14 on the court for Iona. Remember, she has 2 first-half fouls. Did not play the majority of the first quarter with that foul trouble as Joseph is called for the turnover.
But great, terrific defense by Watts. She forced her up the lane so she didn't get that kind of position that she wanted and made her have to take a deeper turnaround, even though Joseph loves that move. But good defense early. In the post, you always want to teach, play your defense early. Don't let your player catch the ball too low next to the basket.
That looked like one of those turnovers you can credit the scout for this
no
time
question.
of year.
Yep.
Both coaches are going to know the opposition really well.
Absolutely.
Jones flips it for Rawls.
Love the high hands on every closeout by Iona. Great wide base. Really fundamentally sound defensively. And getting better and better as the year has gone on.
Shot clock winding down on the Saints. Skip pass. Rawls penetrates to the paint. The floater banks in. Good use of the shot clock. An entire possession. Siena runs strong offense and is rewarded with 2 points and a double-digit lead.
But so poised through that, right? A lot of people would have panicked at the end of the shot clock. Understood and takes it to the glass and scores. Love her poise as a player. Have to screen this defense a little bit.
Ray Q from way downtown. Got it to go.
Now she can shoot the ball and she can score it. In the junior college, I think she was up near 40 points a game. So she can really light it up when she gets going.
Scored over 1,000 points in her 2 years at Wisconsin Marathon Community College in her hometown back in Wisconsin. Was twice the Wisconsin Collegiate Conference Player of the Year. Piper to answer. Rebound Camilleon.
I don't care where you big play by.
And Jones called for the offensive foul. That's Lesko. We were just talking about her awareness. She got into a good guarding position to erase that turnover.
Well, I love that because she straddled the block, didn't give any angle to the rim, and Jones put her shoulder down there, and Iona's practicing that daily. That's a huge part of their program defensively and their system, and they're really doing a terrific job.
That's a really difficult play to make for Lesko off a quick turnover like that in the backcourt.
Great awareness by Lesko.
Jody Marie Ramil has come on for Iona. Camilleon feeds Lesko down low. Good D by Sims. Forces the kick to Reiki, who sticks another three.
And that's the way you can hurt this Blizzard. Inside out play. Feed the post, not necessarily to score, but to kick out to jump shots.
Third three for Reiki in the opening half. And this Iona Gales down just 4. Good interior defense. Camilleon rebounds.
Yeah, every time Iona doesn't turn the ball over, they're scoring. So if they can handle the pressure, they'll score the ball here.
Gale shooting at a higher percentage than Siena. They're at 47%, 14 points over their season average. They are making shots. Will they value the basketball? 7-second shot clock. Lesko bluffing Rawls.
Great D. Love it.
3 seconds. Lesko, tough shot. And that one never drew iron. So it's a shot clock violation.
But I love how Rawls used her body and was across the lane, took away any driving, penetrating lanes. You try to teach that all day long. That's terrific defense.
Here's Marilena Yerasteriu entering for the first time. 6'1" sophomore from Greece. Plays about 17 minutes a game for Allie Jacks, averaging 3 points and 3 rebounds.
She's really active, mobile, big for them.
Yerasteriu handing to Rawls. Yerasteriu lobs it for Sims. The double comes. Rawls open for 3. Can't make Iona pay. Long rebound to Camilleon. Doing great work on the glass.
Ramil had a great block out and allowing Camilleon to go get that rebound. And those are little things that you want your team to do, right? You're not recognizing the block out. Doesn't go into the box score, but that block out gets you a rebound.
That foul on Aaliyah Jones there is the kind of whistle that Iona is going to want all game long.
Yeah, no question. I mean, Jones got into foul trouble against Ryder really early and really hurt the Siena team because she really helps them be in a rhythm.
First foul on Aaliyah Jones. We'll check that second foul on Aaliyah Jones. Also the second on the Siena Saints. Inside 5 minutes to go in the first half. Iona hanging tough with Siena after the Saints went up 10. Back-to-back threes by Morgan Reiki brought the Gales to within 4. Bearfield from way away. A little short for the leading three-point shooter that the Gales run out there.
Yeah, that was terrific ball movement. Ball went side to side against the zone. Great ball movement by Iona.
Gales hanging tough despite 15 first-half turnovers. They are scorching the nets, 50% from 3, and within 4 here in Albany. Morgan Rakeu showing off 25-foot range. She's got back-to-back threes for the Iona Gales, a 6-0 run to close within 4. Jeff Brault alongside Phyllis Mangina here in Albany. Phyllis, Siena took a 26-16 lead early in the second quarter before Rakeu got hot.
Well, you have to love, she can stroke it, and her teammates are finding her. 8 minutes, 9 points, great production. She's got a pretty jumper leaving her hand, too.
Rakeu fouled by Deja Rawls. That's 2 on Deja Rawls, and by the way, it should be mentioned that Rakeu doing all this effectively cold off the bench, only played 3 first quarter minutes because she picked up 2 early fouls.
Yeah, well, you could shoot the way she can. You're coming in firing it, and coaches have a lot of confidence in her.
Juana Camilleon doing her part, 6 and 4, playing 15 minutes, deep 2.
Oh.
Good.
She's going to be a special player in this league. And she can do it off the bounce, get to the rim. She has an understanding of the game. I love her as a player.
All rookie team selection in her freshman campaign. 8 times, got into double figures. She's going to make it 9 with 2 more points today. Rawls floats for Sims. Double, gives it back to Rawls. Here's Yerasteriou from the foul line. Nice offensive rebound by Amari Anthony, but then she lost her footing, just sat on the baseline.
Well, you could see that the Gales are doubling Sims on the block from different players, so they'll pick and choose which player they're coming off of, and Siena's going to have to figure that out and make sure they hit the right player. Find the open player after the double team.
Barefield controlling against Anthony, who's at the top of the matchup zone.
I love Anthony as a young player for the Saints. Athletic, energetic. I think the upside of her is just outstanding.
Rakeu closed out, gives it up to Moy,
nice.
And Moy picks up the slack. Iona in front on an 11-0 run.
Great extra pass, moving the ball, and that's the way you can attack the Blizzard. Quick ball movement and bang down some open jump shots to loosen that zone.
Can the Saints turn the tide? Yerasteriou tried to feed Sims, and that ball deflected off our referee, Jeffrey Smith. Smith will have to make sure he's got all 32.
A little dangerous on that baseline.
Got to keep your head in a swivel, Jeffrey. Ooh. He's all right.
Yeah, he's good. He's smiling. He's happy to be here.
Jeffrey Smith, heck of a player back in the day in the state of Connecticut.
They're trying to give him a little bit of time.
Oh, yeah. Back to ball, just about half of this possession remaining for the Siena Saints. Joella Gibson attacks on Barefield, but misses the layup. Another rebound for Juana Camilleon. Boy, Gibson did everything there.
Everything but finish. Eyes got to get up. I thought her head was down a little bit as she, whoa.
Basket's got to be a mile wide for Rakeu right now.
That's NBA range. That's that's Curry-like, right? Stepping out and shooting it from anywhere.
4th 3 for Rakeu, keying a 14-0 run in the last 4 minutes for the Iona Gales. Joella Gibson can't end it, and Iona going to try to keep it rolling. They've gone from down 10 to up 4 in the waning moments of the opening half.
You know, and if you finish the defensive possession off with a rebound, they can't press you. So that lets you get into your offense, and they've been really good offensively.
Camilleon gets by Yerasteriou.
Yeah, right now Siena has to really take poise here. They got to get their defensive discipline back.
Sims, Siena's leader, can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound, Piper, ball is loose. Yerasteriou picks it up, and Siena will run some offense. They badly need a bucket. Have missed their last 7 shots. It's been over 5 minutes since they've scored, but Camilleon earns the turnover.
I love sending Camilleon to the double team because she's got such length. It's hard to pass out of that double team, but Sims has to do a better job of reverse pivoting and seeing the floor better.
Cheyenne Moy. Here's Camilleon in double figures with 10. Second on the side to Rakeu with 12. Camilleon, it rims out. Offensive rebound, Ramil. Gets it again. Third chance. Good. Iona's run continues. 18 consecutive points.
And they are getting contributions from everybody on this team. The confidence you can see growing as we move along, and I don't think that's a shot that Coach Jax wants right now.
Sims airballs the 3, just a 12% three-point shooter. Phyllis, are you surprised that at no point Allie Jax has not asked for a timeout?
Well, you know, again, You have some older players on the floor. They've been here before, and you know your team, and sometimes you got to let them figure it out.
They look discombobulated. That press, which gave Iona all kinds of trouble in the first quarter to the tune of 12 turnovers, has only generated 3 here in the second. Triple try, Moy, little short. The rebound goes to Sims.
Siena needs a bucket. 18-0, right?
18
run here.
unanswered points. Jones trying to end it. And the 5-2 Bearfield with the box out on Gibson as Moy takes the rebound. Inside a minute to go in the first half.
Hey,
the
she's
Gales
tough.
were down 10.
Crazy. But you know what? You can see just from talking to the coaches about this Iona team, you know, they were excited to play, energy, but they're backing it up with their play and their skill.
They've been playing well down the stretch, winners of 3 of their last 5. They've been scoring 10 points per game more than their average in the last month of the season. A young team has matured in the final month as Camille Iona has her pocket picked by Gibson. Gibson able to end the run with the layup.
Oh, that's a senior for you. Good pressure there, kind of baiting Camille Iona. You got to pay attention with Gibson around you.
Shot clock off for the Iona Gales. Can they steal the momentum back going into the locker rooms? Who wants it? Camille Iona or Ray Q? 3 seconds. Maybe it'll be Moy. It's Moy floating it up and finishing at the buzzer.
That's a great way to go in the locker room and finish out a tremendous second quarter from the Iona Gales.
The Iona Gales from 10 down to 8 up. They finish the first half on a 20-2 run, punctuated by Cheyenne Moy's floater to beat the buzzer here in Albany. It's halftime inside the Times Union Center on the opening day of the 2019 MAAC Basketball Championship. The Iona Gales behind a 20-2 run to end the first half, have a 36-28 lead over the Siena Saints. They are trying to keep their season alive and take on the Ryder Bronx tomorrow at 3:30.
Well, right now they're just playing terrific basketball and have been playing this last couple of weeks, but you know, Ryder's had such a tremendous year. Coach Milligan's done such a great job. Stella Johnson, all MAAC first team. So that's a tough road, but they got to worry about today first. And obviously, Quinnipiac taking on Fairfield. Fairfield playing just a terrific game against Niagara. So that'll be a hotly contested Connecticut rivalry.
Stags gave the Bobcats all they could handle at Alumni Hall a couple weeks ago. They led by 6 in the fourth quarter before Quinnipiac closed strong. Immediately at the conclusion of this game, the Manhattan Jaspers will take on the St. Peter's Peacocks in the final opening round game on the women's side of the ledger. Manhattan, a team that has endured 3 significant injuries, but man, that young team with a lot of athleticism and a lot of firepower just keeps coming at teams and finding ways to win games.
Well, they're doing it with their defense. They play outstanding defense for a freshman, sophomore-led team. And, you know, Coach Boone's done such a great job. They've beaten St. Peter's twice, but, you know, you got a great young player at St. Peter's, you know, that can really light the place up. So that's going to be a terrific game as well.
Yeah, that young player is Brianna Richardson,
yes,
one of the leading three-point shooters in the MAAC. And, well, we're seeing it right before our very eyes, Phil, as young teams tend to mature as it gets later and later into the calendar.
Well, you know, coaches keep teaching and they keep learning, and then all of a sudden the light bulb goes off, as we say, and then you get what you've seen from the Iona Gales, just a great second quarter of basketball.
So stay tuned for Manhattan and St. Peter's about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this game between the Iona Gales and Siena Saints. The 10th seeded Gales 36, the 7th seeded hometown Siena Saints 28. More of the halftime coming up after this on ESPN3.
Dad, I think he's dead.
Probably just playing possum. There he is.
There's an easier way to save. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
University was unanimous selection to the All-MAAC.
Look at how they're shooting the ball.
I know.
It's great.
50%. Oh. Yep. Iona's 20. Okay. Excellent. 22. 10 and 6 in the first half. Like it.
If you saw this, would you think Siena was down? You wouldn't see it. You wouldn't think they were down.
I mean, I would just look at that. I would
Right.
look at that and be done with it.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Turn the ball.
I mean,
turn
there's
the
no
ball
way
over
I think
16 times
Siena's
and a half.
down.
You're up by 8.
It's just. But missed 5 free throws,
Yeah.
and they can't get Sims going at all.
At all. I mean,
Like
Iona's
at
doing,
all.
I like what Iona's doing. Doubling
Yeah,
the
they
post.
got. I would make her, because she's the one who really hurt them. I'd make her throw it out every single
I mean,
time.
Make them hit a 3. They're
It's a
one of
great
8.
job.
Yeah. I mean, keep doubling the post until they prove they can beat you some other way. Halftime stats brought to you by Pepsi Zero Sugar. Iona by 8 at intermission here inside the Times Union Center. 36-28 Gales on the strength of a 20-2 run to close the opening half. Let's take a look at the first half statistics. They are brought to you by Pepsi Zero Sugar. On the surface, you would think, all right, pretty close game. Iona shooting the lights out, 50% from the field, 50% from the floor. Then as you drop down the stat sheet, you see 16 turnovers and they're up 8.
Yeah, if you saw that, you'd automatically think that Siena was up about 15 points. I mean, it's just the credit to Iona, really just hanging tough, and every time that they've been able to execute, they have scored. So they have just really hung tough here and taken the lead in quite a fashion. That run was just unbelievable, just stops and scores, stops and scores.
I like the defensive game plan of Iona. Double the post, make life difficult for Maddie Sims.
No
Force
question.
the Saints to beat them from the perimeter, and 1 of 8 from 3. They haven't done that.
Well, you know, you can't let Siena get to the rim, and making them shoot jump shots, obviously, to Siena's advantage and to Iona's advantage, excuse me. And the biggest thing is to rebound the basketball. And right now, they're up 22-12 rebounding over Siena.
Let's take a look at the key players in the first half. For the Siena Saints, Joella Gibson, 9 points in 15 minutes to lead the team.
Well, a lot of that has come off of great defensive pressure. You can see her, you know, stealing the ball, going and finish at the rim, the pressure she puts at the front of the press, and then also in half court, and then just running the floor. That's really kept Siena in the basketball game right here. And if it wasn't for her, we could see a larger lead, but she's really stayed with it. And just quick hands. You have to pay attention when she's around you.
On the Iona side, Morgan Rayque leading the team with 12 points, all from outside the arc, but I really like what Juana Camilion, the freshman from Spain, showed. 10 points and 6 rebounds.
Well, let me say this. She can play it at both ends of the floor, but I love her straight line drive. She can knock down threes. She's got such great poise for a young player, and she sees her teammates, but I love her length. And not only offensively, but she's really doubled Maddie Sims and caused some turnovers.
The Gales turned around a 10-point deficit to take an 8-point halftime lead. Can Siena return the favor? We'll find out next on ESPN 3. We go to the second half inside the Times Union Center in Albany, New York. MAAC opening round action between the Iona Gales and Siena Saints. Jeff Brault alongside Phyllis Mangina. Iona leading Siena 36-28 at the half as we get a look at Allie Jack's huddle prior to the third quarter beginning. What do the Gales need to do, Phyllis, to turn the tide?
You know, right now I think they have to find a way to get Jones or Rawls off the dribble with some space to the rim, because they are double teaming Sims, and Sims has to become a little facilitator at times on the double team. Quick passes out of it and then go right back to her and try to score the ball inside.
Said the Gales obviously meant the Saints trying to turn the tide with their first possession of the third quarter. Establishing Sims will help, and she scores through a double team.
See, that time she made her move quickly. Before, she was holding the ball and allowed the double team to get to her. She made the move before the double team and actually went to her, left shoulder, which she doesn't do as well, and finished. So, that's a great play by her, and coach is going to attack the rim because she can't have him shooting jump shots.
Camilion, Moy, Lesko, Rayque, and Joseph on the court for Iona. Lesko operating on the post, tried to sneak it through traffic to Joseph, but Sims was there to take it away. Couple of buckets for Siena, huge to start the third quarter. Sabrina Piper with the lay-in, and the Saints are alive in Albany.
Well, you didn't expect the Saints to go away, not with Allie Jacks as your coach, and a perfect way to start this third quarter. Couple of buckets, turn them over, get scores out of their turnovers, and settle yourself down.
It's what the Saints did to build their 10-point lead that Iona would erase, with scoring 20 of the final 22 points of the opening half. Gale shooting 50% from the field and also 50% from outside the arc as Camilion reigns in a three.
Well, that time they screened the zone at the end of the shot clock, and normally in the Blizzard you have your second guard stepping up after the screen, and that time Gibson wasn't there.
13 points for Juana Camilleon. It is the 7th straight game in which she has reached double figures. 7 of the 9 times that she's done it this year. Aaliyah Jones is fouled going up.
And you can see what Iona is doing. They have Camilleon sitting on the post and allowing Rawls to sit outside. They're going to let her shoot jump shots. She's only shooting 19% from threes. So, you know, that's just a craft game there, right? They're going back and forth, a little chess match between the coaches. But look at Camilleon just sitting in the paint. Great job by Jones to get to the rim and use her body and draw that foul. But right now, Rawls might have some 12, 15-foot jump shots, and because she's going to be open.
Jones splits the pair of free throws, and now Siena's going to go full court with their pressure. They have mixed up their presses effectively this morning.
Well, that's just to keep you off balance so you're not seeing the same thing over and over.
Iona had a lot of trouble against the press in the first quarter, turned it over 12 times. Reiki from way away, maybe should have thought better of that one.
Yeah, she needed to pass that, but she's hitting them. She felt it, so she's trying to put another shot up. I'd probably be doing the same thing.
Jones lobs to Sims in the high post. Now Jones will drive it right down Broadway, and will earn 2 more free throws. They got Reiki for the block, and that's Reiki's 3rd.
Yeah, that time they went inside out, right? Threw it into the post, kick it out, and then you can drive off of it. And I like the little pull-up, understanding that Iona's coming in to take charges.
What will Billy Chambers do with Reiki? She got 2 fouls 3 minutes into the game, didn't play again in the first quarter, came back in earlier in the second and caught fire. Reiki here, ooh, getting to see that call again. That was close. That was a 50-50 call.
That's almost a non-call. You know, both players had their plane that goes from floor to ceiling.
Jones makes the second free throw. Reiki has come off along with Gabrielle Joseph, Jody Marie Ramil, and Monica Bearfield on the court for Iona.
There you go.
Cheyenne
That's open
Moy.
all the time right there.
Yeah, Gales have seen that in these last few quarters. That's helped them get into their scoring end.
See the back guard, they call it the back guard in the Blizzard. She's always there to handle the pick and roll. So you look like you're getting screened off. You come off that screen, you think you're open. But the back guard is sitting right there waiting for you off the screen. And that's confusing. It's confusing to young guards.
3rd foul on Aaliyah Jones. Allie Jacks going to stick with her as Deja Rawls comes off. And for the first time, freshman Hannah Strawn gets on the court. 5'4" freshman out of Binghamton. Camilleon looking for Bearfield, but it's intercepted by Jones, the 5th-year senior, using her basketball IQ. Can't convert on the other end. Gets the rebound, and now Strawn throws a glance at Jacks to reset the play.
Yeah, Jones got in foul trouble down at Ryder, and Strawn came on the floor and did a really nice job to guide this team.
Sims single covered by Ramil, and will earn 2 free throws.
Yeah, he let her go to that right shoulder, and she's so effective, and she'll finish that or get some free throws every time.
First foul on Jody Marie Ramil. Big bugaboo for Sims. Her free throw percentage, just 47% for a player who shoots a bunch of them.
Oh, and that's something you have to work on. Look how quickly she goes to her right there. Got to double team her sooner. And that time, Camilleon wasn't coming.
Sims splits the pair. Fight for the rebound between Camilleon and Gibson. Ooh. It'll go to the possession arrow, Iona basketball.
That's just strength right there. That's, you know, she has size over her, but that's just pure strength to go after that rebound by Gibson.
See if the trap comes. It does, but Camilleon able to collect the ball from Bearfield.
You got to move the basketball. You can't just hold the ball.
Monica Bearfield open for 3. Down the well.
That's just a great understanding of where your teammates are going to be when you're driving. That comes from playing together and understanding each other.
Coming into the game, Iona 27% from outside the arc as a team. 10th in the MAAC. Today, 8 of 15. It's 54%.
And you just never know what's going to happen on any given day. And it's contagious. You start shooting the ball well, the next player shoots it well.
Sims barrels over Ramil. The whistles are starting to mount on the Iona Gales.
Well, and Sims has size on everyone. And they're going to try to go back to Joseph here probably, but now that's a tough assignment for Lesko, for Ramil to take on Sims. And you could see Iona right now, they're not double teaming, try to keep Sims off balance, but if she gets going, they've got to go after her again because she really hurt them, especially in the fourth quarter at Iona.
Gabrielle Joseph back in to handle Sims as Joella Gibson scores off the nice baseline out of bounds play.
Great job using your body, creating some space, and the bounce pass to the score.
4-point game as we approach the midway point of the third quarter.
You can see Gibson directing traffic with Strong, the freshman.
Camilleon to Joseph. Looking for Bearfield, but Gibson ready for the pass.
She's played terrific defensively, really affecting this game on the defensive end of the floor.
Jones' three comes up short. It has been Gibson leading the way for this Siena defense that has forced Iona into 19 turnovers. They have scored 20 of their 38 points off turnovers as Juana Camilleon and the Iona Gales stay hot. Second three for Camilleon. She's got 16 points.
She's a player. You can see just finished that. She knew it was going in from the time it left her hand.
Piper can't answer. Follows her shot. Second chance is short. Still Piper hanging with it. Able to get it out to the point guard Strawn to regroup. Good hustle by Piper.
Coach Chambers compares Camilleon to the great Maria Lazaro, their great guard that they had here a couple years ago.
She was part of the 2016 MAAC championship team that Coach Chambers led the Iona Gales to. Can she lead this young team to a deep run in the tournament? Gales got a lead midway through the third quarter. Liz Arazu is a heck of a player. Yeah.
That's what she's talking about. I'm like, because I'm watching her play, and I'm like, you're right.
Offensive foul.
The offensive foul.
Oh, okay.
Drew their third.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Yep.
You know what? She shoots the ball better than Maria did, though.
Yes.
Her stroke is better.
Yeah. I think Marina was a better defender. I mean, Marina was an elite defender.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep, let's see.
I'm trying to see if that was it.
Yeah, I need to see a little more.
I'd have to see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, he called an offensive foul there.
Sims for the bow, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
he
Sims
called
for the
that
bow.
an offensive foul. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to see where.
Right before the ball gets to her, she kind of turns with the elbow high. You'll see it, the left elbow.
Oh, right there, in her chin.
It's give the official credit for seeing it. First foul on Sims.
Is that her first?
Yep, first on Sims.
Step one, complete. From this point forward, only elite advance. Destination Tampa Bay and the women's Final Four. The 2019 NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Albany Regional, March 29th and 31st at the Times Union Center in Albany, New York. This is right back for the triple. Great job here. Visit ncaa.com/WBB tickets and get your tickets today.
Fans, the MAAC and Siena College are hosting the NCAA Women's Basketball Regional right here in Albany.
Siena has to make a jump shot to win this game.
They sure do.
If they don't make jump shots, they might not be able to win this game.
They got to make jump shots, and they're gonna have to make free throws.
No question.
I mean, you can't shoot 16 more free throws than the opposition, and you're losing by 3 possessions. Just before we went to break, Siena junior Maddie Sims called for the offensive foul. That is why the Iona Gales will have the basketball with a 7-point lead. 4:40 to go in the third quarter. here in Albany. Gales continue to shoot the lights out. 53% from the floor, 9 of 16 from beyond the arc.
Well, they're going to have to keep shooting the ball that way, and they have to take care of the ball. They got 19 turnovers, and I love that little change in the press there. They took the player out of the middle of the press offense, and then they can send Chameleon down the middle after she inbounds. I like that difference, the little change there by Coach Chambers.
Morgan Rayq is back in for Iona with her 3 fouls. Here's Joseph in the lane, out to Cheyenne Moy, who has been a great complementary option for Chameleon and Rayq. Moy's got 9. And Moy's shot is no good at the shot clock corner. I tell you, if that went in, Phyllis, you knew it was Iona's day.
Yeah, she got a little moxie to her on the floor, though. She got a little something to her game off the dribble, and you got to love this backcourt in the future for Iona.
Allie Jacks has her starting lineup on the court. Here's Sabrina Piper rising up in the paint. Can't get the jump shot to go. And really, we were just talking about it off air, Phils. That has been the problem for Siena. They're simply not making shots.
They have to make some of those jump shots. They also have to make some of their free throws. They're 11 for 18. They're getting to the rim. They're getting to the free throw line.
Chameleon, great move through traffic for the finish.
Well, somebody's going to have to slow her down. She's shooting threes. She's getting to the hole, taking over this game for Iona.
18 points in the third quarter. Her career high 22 set against Ryder earlier this season. Offensive rebound for the Saints. Jones. Here's Piper. Right hand teardrop good.
Very nicely done. If you're not making some jump shots, you might as well go get to the hole. But Rawls is going to be open, and she's going to have to make good decisions, especially early in the shot clock, whether to shoot that jumper or drive it or move the ball.
Really like Sabrina Piper's game. Breakout season for her as a junior. 11 points per, 34 minutes a game. Those are both career highs for the third-year player.
Well, with her size, she can guard different positions on the floor.
Chameleon off the mark. Sims with the carom. Trying to make her presence felt despite being the focus of the Iona defense. Leah Jones travels. Tough spacing there to the dribble handoff.
Yeah,
Rawls just stood right in the way of Jones, had nothing to do but travel.
Yeah, they're just both looking at each other, and, now space on the floor just gives you options. It makes the defense have to really rotate, longer rotations. It also gives you more driving lanes. And Rawls, they have to keep their space so that Jones can use her skills and get to the hole.
Bearfield sneaks away from Jones, but Aaliyah recovers. Good screen by Lesko. Gets Bearfield to the basket. She left it short, and Piper rebounds.
It's another foul on Lesko.
Second foul on Lesko. Red shirt sophomore from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Iona in the penalty, so that'll be free throws for Piper and Siena. They're 11 of 18 from the charity stripe. They have shot 16 more free throws than Iona. They're just leaving points at the line.
Well, this has been the pattern all year, and it's really hurt this team. Looking at their games and how they've lost some games, if they've made free throws, they'd win 4 or 5 more basketball games.
Piper top 10 in the MAAC in free throw accuracy. She can't make both as Lesko rebounds.
And it's not like they're not working at it. They're in the gym. They're taking free throws every day. And sometimes, seasons go that way. It's contagious both ways, making them and missing them.
Such a confidence thing. When you make a bunch, you feel like you're going to make them all. And when you miss a few, you
No
feel like
question.
you're going to miss them all.
And Siena's changed their defense, went straight player to player.
Lesko posting up on Sims. Gives it up Rayq now in the corner. The 3, no. That was Chameleon off the mark. Rawls setting up Gibson with only Moy back defensively, and Cheyenne Moy took the charge.
It's a great job taking the angle away. She had no angle to get to the rim, and that's 2 feet over the block. That's excellent technique by the Iona Gale. Look at her feet over the block here. It doesn't give her any angle. See how she's over the block? It gives her no angle. That's a little close. At least she had her feet down. But she's outside that little circle. A lot of officials look for that. You're outside, you get the charge.
I tell you, I think she got there by a quarter of a second. That is as close as it gets. Cheyenne Moy, the freshman from Lowell, Massachusetts. You would expect a kid from Lowell to be making that kind of tough play. That's a gritty town. 90 seconds to go in the third quarter.
But I love the angle over the block. It takes away all the driving angles. Great hustle.
Gibson getting on the floor, but Iona able to hang with it as Chameleon flips it to Lesko. Bearfield travels as Iona couldn't control the chaos.
No, that hustle right there by Gibson. She's been doing it all game long. She's keeping this St. team in this game.
Gibson is playing the way you'd expect a fifth-year senior to play in what could be her final game. Her team down 6. They're going to need everything that Gibson, Aaliyah Jones, and Deja Rawls have in the tank to turn around this deficit. Piper inside. Sims fouled by Lesko. So 2 free throws coming for Maddie Sims as Lesko's got 3, joining Ray Q at that number.
And I like the recognitions from Piper. They had Lesko on Sims. Size difference. Put the ball up high where only Sims can get it.
Sims is going 1 of 2 at the free throw line. First one rims away.
And look, you're driving, get the ball up in the air, right? Because she's playing against a smaller player, and also you can catch it and find the basketball. But if you have a lot of fouls to give, this is a player to foul around the rim, because if she's not getting hit, she's making that. And not shooting free throws, but that's not a luxury that Iona has. They don't have a deep roster right now.
Sims misses both. 1 minute to go in the third. Gales looking to extend a 6-point lead. Chameleon on the take. And Chameleon gets to 20.
Oh, that time I just think they got confused on what they were going to do defensively. There was no hedge from the big. They've been jamming it. But you have to have some hedge, and the big has to get in front of the ball on the drive.
Aaliyah Jones able to answer.
Talk about coming right back at you.
Again, that's the 5th-year senior playing for her career. Four-second differential. Gales have been great in these end-of-quarter situations. Lesko one-on-one against Piper. Sabrina blocks the shot but got some of the shooter as Lesko will toe the line.
Yeah, you got to stand with your hands straight up. She broke the plane. If she has her hands straight up, she's got a little bit of size on Lesko. You know, make her make that shot instead of putting her at the free throw line.
Lesko a 68% foul shooter. Left the first short. This is Lesko's first trip to the line, looking for her first points, but man, has she impacted this game in other ways. 6 rebounds and 5 dimes.
And don't forget, she's playing Sims. Doing as good a job as you can with the size difference.
Unfriendly roll. Rebound lost out of bounds by Piper, so it'll be Iona earning the last shot of the quarter.
Reiku caused that. She got inside, got shoulder to shoulder. Piper didn't put a body on. Great job by Reiku. Let's see if Iona can't finish this quarter out with a bucket.
He did it in the second quarter with a Cheyenne Moy floater. The ball is in Moy's hands here with 10 seconds to go in the third. Moy is called for the offensive foul. Well taken by Joella Gibson.
I'll tell you what, she is affecting this game at the defensive end of the floor. Great position. Got her shoulders in front.
Boy, you know this is going to be a big possession. Timeout Allie Jacks with 6 seconds to go in the third quarter, trying to bring the Saints within a possession, perhaps, here in Albany.
It's a great day to be a Saint. Got our paws on some sophisticated technology. Practiced a little saint-like behavior. We came and went the distance toward discovery. Preparing to join the ranks of the saints before us. We're a school with heart, in pursuit of greater inspiration that connects us forever.
How do you move the world? Begin with an education that combines a life of the mind with a life of service. Add a campus whose proximity to New York City makes it a global gateway. Include more than 60 degree programs and countless internship opportunities. Mix in a brand new Institute for Entrepreneurship and top it off with over 80 clubs and a Division I sports program. So how do you move the world? Start at Iona College.
but they can be really expensive. So to save money, I just found him a possum.
Dad, I think he's dead.
Probably just playing possum. There he is.
There's an easier way to save. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Check out fifth-year senior Joella Gibson getting the ball back for her team with 6 seconds to go in the third quarter. That'll set up an offensive possession for the Siena Saints, trying to get within 3 should they bury a triple. They can make it a one-possession game here going to the fourth.
Now let's see if they don't screen for Jones going to the rim here and go to the hole.
Jones pulls up and scores at the third quarter horn.
A great job, great call out of a timeout, getting Jones the ball. Hard to guard her going downhill.
Defense into offense at the end of the third quarter. The Iona Gales lead cut to 4 as we go to the fourth in Albany.
Jones only has 2 fouls. She can
Oh,
she
yeah,
can
she
really
can-
get
she
going
can
here
go.
in the fourth
Oh, yeah.
quarter. Like, all right, now I'm ready to roll.
No doubt
everybody.
about that.
Yeah, now I can go. Only 2 fouls. All right, look at this. They're 1 for 11 from 3.
know.
Don't shoot
And
anymore.
There's your number.
And there you go. 12 for 22 from the free throw.
They make half of those, they're leading.
Yeah. Plus, it changes the complexion of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, I like that because Siena outscored 17 to 13 in the
They
third
outscored
quarter.
them 17 to 13?
Yep.
Wow. There you go. Yeah, there it is right there. Got to get used to looking at this thing.
I know, right?
4, 3, 2, 1. Stanley, congratulations. You won a MAAC prize.
So it's Siena's ball. It's like
Yeah.
It's
Possession
interesting.
orders going that way.
come back with something, either that or they like to isolate Sims on the block once in a while.
Yeah, that's what they went to start the
Yep.
half.
Thank you. Free throws.
Free throws.
Right here. Right here.
Free throws and jump shots.
Yeah.
I mean, how many of their points have been in the paint?
1 for 11.
30 of their 45 in
Yeah.
the paint. 12 at the line. I mean, there you go. 3 points
go.
at the.
3 points off of a jumper.
Yeah. Aaliyah Jones trying to lead her team to the come-from-behind victory in Albany and keep Siena's season alive. Jones with 14 points, including the bucket at the end of the third quarter to bring Siena within 4. 49-45 Iona, and the Saints have the rock to start the fourth.
A lot of times I like to isolate here and go to the rim.
Instead, it's Jones shooting a 3 and leaving it short. The Saints have only 3 points on jump shots in this basketball game, 1 of 12 from 3, but they continue to force turnovers and get chances. Jones driving in close, good D in as Chameleon fouled after securing the rebound. That's Aaliyah Jones, who now has 3 fouls.
That's a little bit of a frustration foul.
Jones had 2 good looks to start the fourth quarter, but it is Iona basketball leading despite 22 turnovers.
Now, and that's where sometimes you think, like, she doesn't have the legs that she normally had, getting
Late-
up over somebody.
Late whistle on Sabrina Piper will send Monica Bearfield to the line. The second foul on Sabrina Piper.
You know, just like I was saying, like Jones and some of the injuries that she's had, and maybe she's not getting the lift that she normally gets to get that ball up off the glass and have an easy score.
Monica Bearfield has fought through injuries in her career, has a brace on her left knee. Didn't play last season at Garden City Community College in Kansas because of that injury, but Bearfield was really good in the junior college ranks as a freshman, averaging 13 and 3 in 29 games.
That's a tough call right there. I thought Piper was straight up, and she initiated the contact, but Barfield, she's quick. She got quick, explosive first step, and because she can shoot the three, it opens up the driving lanes for her.
Gales by 5. Siena shooting 38%. As mentioned, just 1 of 12 from distance.
Trying to post up Barfield in the post now.
Rawls got in trouble. Sims keeps it alive, single-digit shot clock. It's Piper on the pull-up. Piper tips it out, but right to Bearfield. Rayq falls over Bearfield, and timeout Iona as they keep possession.
You know, and sometimes that's why, that kind of timeout, you only call that in the fourth quarter.
5-point lead for Iona. They've got the basketball when we come back from this timeout. Can the 10 seed pull off the upset? We'll find out after this.
I feel like Siena's it's so uneven.
They're getting so many opportunities.
Oh, they got to make a jump shot.
They got to make a jump shot.
You don't make a jump shot, it's hard. Because then what does Iona do? They just back off.
Sure.
Keep shooting, and then it gives them good position. Other than that, they better start going after some offensive glass and get some putbacks.
It's a heck of a lot easier to defend when you can sag off everybody.
I mean, exactly. Plus, it doesn't allow them to get the ball inside to Sims because there's nowhere to throw her the ball.
Yeah, I mean, only 7 points. This is postseason basketball. We have seen players diving all over the court in the Times Union Center this morning. Neither Siena or Iona wants their season to end here in Albany.
A sense of urgency from both teams, coaches and players. They've been hustling all over the floor, but that's the makeup of both these programs anyway. So we'll expect that in the last 8 minutes and 50 seconds is going to be a barn burner here.
Playoff basketball, nothing better. The winner of this one advances to take on the second-seeded Ryder Bronx tomorrow afternoon. Lynn Milligan's squad behind MAAC leading scorer Stella Johnson have been excellent this year. As we've got a foul on Joseph, setting the illegal screen.
Yeah, you have got to keep your feet set, and you have to allow the guard to use the screen and just stand still. Let her run your player off your hip.
Third foul on Gabrielle Joseph. Coach Billy Chambers has done a good job weathering her team's foul trouble as Piper forgot the mail. It's stolen by Cheyenne Moy. Running out, she lays it in.
Great job just slicing in front of the defense and taking away the angle to get to the rim.
Iona back up by 3 possessions. It's a 7-point lead for the Gales, their largest advantage 9. They have kept Siena at arm's length throughout the second half because the Saints continue to miss jump shots.
Well, you can just get off with them right now and make them keep taking them. Make them make a jump shot in order to beat you today.
2 minutes gone by in the fourth. Camilleon feeds Lesko, gives it right back to Camilleon. Now Raiku from the corner. That's been her hot spot. 5th 3 for Morgan Raiku.
And they're playing so well together. A post feed, cut to the rim, and then kick to the corner. Even after you fumble the ball, she has great basketball instincts.
Largest lead of the game for Iona. Piper finally gets one to fall from 5 feet out.
That's good D, but that's better offense.
Piper trying to take over these last few possessions. The Gales have all but eliminated Maddie Sims from Siena's offense. Piper missed a lot of good looks before getting that one to go down. Saints will need more of it if they are to come back. Here's Cheyenne Moy right down Broadway.
Great job coming off of screen action and then taking it to the hole, and Siena not aware of the ball or rotating quickly enough.
Offensive foul drawn.
And
another player ends up on the deck. Tori Lesko has played a great game defensively.
You could just see the energy that the team and the bench get from that charge. Great. Giving up your body. Great position.
It's 3 on Piper. 57 points for Iona. This is a team who is dead last in the NCAA, averaging 46 points per game, but that is mostly because of their poor start to the season. That record you see on the screen is correct. They're 4-25. They endured a 20-game losing streak this season. They aren't playing like that team right now, and you see it so often with young squads as Raiku steps in, missed it, but got fouled. And look at Morgan Raiku. She's got to feel like everything she puts up is going in.
Well, it has been. It has been, and she's got a terrific release. Her teammates are finding her, but, you know, you lose as many games as they did in a row, but you finished the season winning 3 of 5 and really playing well and playing together and staying together as a group. I think that creates a bond that, you know, you don't know where you can go with that.
Another look at Raiku going to the up fake.
Love the little ball fake. Get your defensive player in the air. A little pull-up jump shot, but it speaks to the whole program and what Coach Billy Chambers is preaching and her staff. They do a terrific job, and they just kept teaching and kept giving them confidence, and we can see the results of that.
I think it's important to underscore how hard that is to endure a 20-game losing streak, especially in a league like the MAAC, where Quinnipiac, where Ryder, where Marist have looked so dominant at times this year. To endure that losing streak and to still come to work every day, to still want to get better, to still want to play your best and believe you can make a run in March, that is an uncommon thing.
Oh, that just speaks to the leaders in the program, both the coaches, as I said, and players.
The Gales are not playing like a team that starts 3 freshmen, a redshirt sophomore, and a junior transfer.
Now, there's a lot of time left. I know that Siena's down 12, but they have to come down the other end of the floor and get better shot opportunities. I know that's difficult because they've had them and they're just not making them, but I think they got to spread the floor a little bit more, go get to the rim. I know it's difficult to say get them on the free throw line, but they shot free throws really well against Iona their first 2 games.
Juana Camilleon makes her first of 2 free throws. This next one will be to equal her career high.
Great read here. She was ready to go to the rim, got the defense on her hip.
22 points for the freshman from Spain. What a game. 8 rebounds to go along with the scoring. 8 of 12 from the floor. Career day for Camilleon. Good time to have it. in a win or go home game as Deja Rawls finally gets a long-range bucket for the Siena Saints. Just their second three. Allie Jack's squad will need more of that if they're to chip away in the final 5:40.
And they're going to have to do it with their defense. They're going to have to get turnovers and then convert with quick scores.
Cheyenne Moy accelerates to the goal.
I got to see the basketball, help side defense, and right there, Rawls got to keep the ball in front of you.
Gales haven't missed from the field here in the fourth quarter as Siena turns it over on the post lob. Sims to Yerasteriu. 14th Siena turnover. How about Iona turning it over 22 times, holding a 13-point lead here midway through the fourth?
If you just gave me the box score and said, without showing me the actual score of the game, I would think Siena was ahead. And maybe Coach Jacks has to talk about this a little bit before we get to the last 5 minutes of this game.
If you're not going to miss, and Iona really hasn't missed too much, you can afford those turnovers. They're shooting 55%, and they've made 10 threes. The three ball's the great equalizer in this game.
Well, but the last four scores have been drives to the rim with no contesting, no challenging at the rim from Siena. But what opens that up? Shooting the three so well, so now you got to come out and guard it, and it opens the floor.
Deja Rawls, back-to-back threes.
Huge for the senior.
And the senior who is just 19% from outside the arc on the year.
Yeah, you can't get complacent here if you're Iona because, Siena can turn this defense up and get some quick scores.
And Iona's going to be asked to do something that they have not done very much of this season. That is close out a win. Cheyenne Moy's three comes up short, and Jones gets the rebound. Yes, the Gales have won 4 times, but all of those have been in relatively close games. This is the first time they've had a comfortable advantage down the stretch and are going to have to protect it. Okay, that 4 bodies on the floor fighting for possession. And Siena able to get the timeout called to hold on to the rock.
Oh, this is going to be a big possession coming out of this timeout. Get this under 10. Get it to 8 or 7 with 4 minutes. Especially the way, Siena can stretch the floor, turn you over quickly. They can get quick scores. Iona's going to have to take care of the basketball, spread the floor offensively, and keep scoring.
And it will be interesting to see if Iona gets complacent on offense, tries to bleed clock, or if they remain aggressive and stick with what earned them this 10-point lead.
Good D by Gibbs, hands on the ball. Great reaction here defensively. But look at that drive. Nobody helped. Good defense early, but no help side defense after coming off of screens.
15 points for Cheyenne Moy in this basketball game. 7 of 13 from the floor. A career high for Moy. So a couple of freshmen, Moy and Camilleon, with career highs.
Not a bad backcourt for the next 3 years here.
There are a lot of coaches in attendance. We've seen Heather Vulinu's team will play next as Aaliyah Jones lays it in. Brian Georges is in the stands. Lynn Milligan with Ryder is in the stands. They're getting a long look at their future. That was great
execution right there by Siena. Great call by Coach Jacks. Curling Jones to the rim and getting an easy score with the shot clock stopped.
Timeout Ionas. The Saints have been very good out of timeout situations in this basketball game. They remain in touch, trailing 63-55 inside 4 minutes.
Well, they've been good at that all year long, and that's where you like to steal points. Baseline out of bounds, sideline out of bounds, transition baskets. That's where you can get scores that are easy scores without having to set a ton of screens or shoot jump shots. They just got themselves a layup at the rim.
Wonder what's going through the mind of the Iona Gales. They've endured a long season with a lot of losing, and they've got a chance to win a postseason game.
How about the next play? Next play, next execution. What's my job? Maybe it's not to score, but it might be to set a screen or to deliver the ball to someone. So everybody's roles are important, not just the scorer. And back to the Blizzard defense here for Siena.
If you could put a thought in someone's head, it would certainly be that, but this is a game played by humans, and it is so hard to focus on just what you have to do with the next play. As with the shot clock winding down, Camilleon throws it up, and I don't know if Iona recognizes the situation. Now, hold on. Are they going to call a bailout foul on Siena? They got a foul on Aaliyah Jones. They're going to put 4 on Jones with the shot clock horn echoing in the background.
I thought that was a shot clock violation. And the ball never touched the rim. I almost want to see that. You can't go back because it's a foul.
I'd just
That
like to
is
see
a
it
really
again
tough
to
play.
see if Teresa Stuck got the call right, because that is a huge call for a number of reasons. It's the 4th foul on Aaliyah Jones.
Exactly. Thought the ball was in the air and the shot clock went off even before a foul was committed.
Same. If you look up the definition of a bailout foul, you'll see a clip of that play, and I'd love to see if it's the right call. Lesko splits the pair of free throws. Back to a 9-point game, 3 full possessions. Big whistle. Jones stays on the floor with the 4 fouls as Rawls hits her 3rd 3 of the quarter.
Tell you, they're giving it to her, and she's made her last 3 jump shots, hadn't made before that, and that's a senior not wanting her season to be over.
16 points for Deja Rawls, tied with fellow senior Aaliyah Jones for the game high. 2 players whose careers hang in the balance.
And Gibson begging for that foul. Didn't want it to be on Piper. And right there, you can't foul in a trap. You want to just stay strong, maybe get a deflection and steal the ball outside the trap. Can't send Iona.
Did put the foul on Gibson, her 3rd. Lesko makes the first free throw.
The only good thing here is the shot. The shot clock's off. The clock's off. Got a box out here on the free throw line.
Lesko 2 of 5 at the stripe. That one short. And the ball deflected out of bounds.
And Iona only has 1 foul here, Jeff, so they can play really aggressively, defensively, and not send Siena to the free throw line.
Gales are in the bonus. Here's Gibson through traffic. Offensive foul. Lesko again.
She has an uncanny sense of timing to draw those charges. What a great help side defender.
This is why a box score doesn't often tell the whole story. Lesko's got 2 points, hasn't made a field goal, 2 of 6 at the free throw line. She's got 4 turnovers, and she's been one of Iona's most important players.
Well, she's a help side defender. Not a lot of people want to take that role on.
Gales have done a marvelous job handling pressure in the second half. Only 7 turnovers, nearly 8, but Leah Jones was on the sideline.
That's almost a great play by Jones. I think she thought she threw it off of the Iona offensive player there.
Oh, and hold on. The officials will chat, and they will confirm the call. Jeffrey Smith and Saif Esho getting together. Iona turned the basketball over 10 times in the first quarter. And they have tightened up against the press since. Tip of the cap to the Gales coaching staff for making the adjustments as Lesko's shot is short. And Rawls has been the difference maker in the fourth quarter. To Aaliyah Jones. Can't finish the and one, but will take 2 free throws.
I thought that was a little early in the shot clock for Lesko to go to the rim. Use the clock here a little bit. Get down to the end of that shot clock, because those live ball turnovers, they get this Siena team out and running.
I think Lesko might need a sub. Nope, just wanted to check the defensive alignment as Jones makes the first free throw. Another look at Aaliyah Jones going to work.
Great job drawing the foul. Little double clutch there to get the ball off. Again, you got to get that up higher on the glass. You got a 3-point play.
And she made both free throws.
And we're a 2-possession game here.
Iona has not trailed in the second half. They went down 10 in the second quarter, but closed the half on a 20-2 run to take an 8-point lead into the locker rooms. They have not given it back. Siena's gotten as close as 4. Juana Camilleon working on 22 points, which has equaled her career high. Single-digit shot clock. Bearfield on the baseline to Cheyenne Moy. And Moy scores from the elbow.
What a great possession. Shot clock coming down, staying poised. Barfield driving and finding Moy for that jump shot.
Blocking
That's a
foul.
great offensive possession.
Blocking foul on Camilleon, her third. Moy adding to her career high with 17. Reikyu has chipped in 17 for Iona.
You know, I know the game has turned into like shoot threes or go get to the rim. I still love the mid-range game. When you can ball fake and go by and pull up and shoot the ball like Moy and like Camilleon, it makes a difference. It gives you a different dimension to your game than just shooting threes or just making layups.
Siena's in real danger of leaving this game at the line as Rawls misses another foul shot. Got the second to fall. Siena 15 of 26 from the charity stripe. 67 points for Iona, the most they have scored this season by far.
Stay out of the corners here because Siena's going to come after you and trap you here. Still a two possession game here.
64 points in a loss, the most that Iona had scored prior to today. Cheyenne Moy able to get the roll. It's been that kind of day.
Great body control.
Look at the smile on the face of Moy as she gets back defensively. Gibson off the mark. Iona the rebound, and the Gales can sense it as Jones commits the foul. 1:19 to go. Iona on the brink of advancing.
That's a terrific rebound by Reikyu in traffic.
And that's the way Aaliyah Jones' game and possibly Siena career ends as she fouls out with 1:19 to go. 18 points for Jones to lead Siena.
Well, she's going to hope that her teammates can get back here in this last minute 19. Going to need great defensive stops and quick scores. But what a career she's had for Siena. One of the best guards in the league. Really creates havoc offensively. Long and athletic. Defensively fits perfectly into Coach Jack's system.
Gibson third team All MAAC this year as Iona huddles up before the Reikyu free throws. Jones transferred from Fordham. Played her first 2 years down in Rose Hill. Didn't play a lot. 2 points per in 23 games. Has averaged 8 points a game. Playing in 54 games wearing the green and gold. So a good transfer. Aaliyah Jones found more success and more playing time with the Saints. Reikyu, one of Iona's best foul shooters. 82% from the line. That leads the team.
Look at the production. 19, 17 for Reikyu, 22 for Camille, 19 for Moy. Great day offensively for this Gale team, but everybody has contributed in their roles today.
Offensive foul. Gibson barrels over Cheyenne Moy, who has played one heck of a second half. Take another look.
Great position, shoulders square. You're allowed to move side to side as long as your feet are set. Might have gotten a hip in there a little bit, but that's got to be 4 or 5 charges for this Iona team. And, you know, you take a charge. It's like a dunk in the guys' game. It gets you going, gets you really excited.
Especially with Siena's struggles from outside the three-point arc. Keep taking those charges, and the opposition's going to wonder what they have to do to put points on the board. 1 minute to go. Monica Bearfield travels. Give Iona credit, Phil. They've stayed in attack mode.
I'll tell you, I love the attitude. I love the discipline that they play with now. And you're right, attack is exactly what they're doing. They're playing free and confident, and it's exactly how you want to play.
I'll tell you what, if I'm Lynn Milligan, if I'm the Ryder Bronx who are sitting here watching this Iona performance, a couple of freshmen setting career highs, the team getting over 70 for the first time this year, my eyes have been opened to the challenge that awaits tomorrow.
Well, at this time of year, there isn't anyone you're thinking, oh, let me match up with that team. You know, I'm great. I can't wait to play them because, you know, if you're watching film and you've paid attention to what they've done over this last, 3 weeks of the season, you know that this is a very dangerous Iona Gales team.
Here's Piper knocking down the three as Siena tries to stay in it inside a minute. First three of the game for Piper, 11 points in 34 minutes. She had a ton of looks in the mid-range, Phyllis, that bounced twice, 3 times off the rim and didn't go down.
You're hoping that's a little bit too late, you know. Needed some of those shots to fall earlier, but you got to appreciate the entire game that she plays, defending, rebounding, good assist player, but it's really been the free throw situation that's really has hurt Siena.
Still a 3-possession game. If Iona can get the ball inbounds and make their free throws, they will earn the upset. It's Juana Camilleon to the line to try to set a new career high.
Well, you got to make free throws now, and then Iona still can play really good defense. They're not in foul trouble, but at this point, if you put Siena on the free throw line, I don't think you're too worried because of how poorly they've shot free throws today.
Gales have committed only 3 fouls here in the fourth quarter. They have not played like a 4-win team.
Oh. And that is what just staying the course can really do for you as a program. These young ladies could have hung their heads and said, let's go home. This season's over. What good is this?
The Siena seniors have come off the court. That backcourt, Leah Jones, Joella Gibson, Deja Rawls, who is still out there. Rawls.
Gibson and Jones, they've just had a great career. I mean, what they've done for the Siena program, and I know Coach Jacks is really appreciative of all the hard work and the effort that these young women have given her over the years here.
Rawls can't get the runner. Another Siena foul will lead to 2 more Iona free throws. This is a win for the Gales that doesn't just buy them at least one more day of basketball, but this is a win that they can go back to throughout the next summer as these freshmen become sophomores, these first-year players who may be juniors by class or in their second year in their system. They can come back to this game, this performance, all summer long to get ready for next year.
Just a great point, and that's exactly what this can do for you. It can propel you into next season. Now it makes spring workouts more fun. It makes me going home in the summertime and not taking a day off and remembering the tournament and knowing how good you can be down the road.
With the way that Moy and Raiku and Camilleon have shot, I'm not writing Ryder's name in pen in my bracket.
I'm going to tell you right now, that's going to be one tough game. They can stretch out that Ryder defense. You got to love the way they play together, Ryder. Obviously, Stella Johnson. Lexi Posset has played outstanding for them. And don't forget, right now, Iona has a game under their belt, and Ryder's sitting and watching, haven't played in a week. But they've been here before. They're an older team. Great backcourt. But they're gonna have their hands full tomorrow with this Iona Gale. A great win for Coach Chambers. Can't be happier for she and her team. They've worked really hard to really progress this season.
It's an 11-point upset victory for the 10th-seeded Iona Gales. They knock off the hometown Siena Saints. 75-64 is the final. For Iona, 2 players set career highs. Juana Camilleon with 26 points. Cheyenne Moy with 19. Morgan Raiku chips in 19 in 29 minutes and 75 points. The most the Gales have scored this season by an 11-point margin. What a win for the Gales. They will advance to take on the Ryder Broncs tomorrow. Another day of basketball for a young Iona team that improves to 5-25 on the season. Phyllis has made her way to center court with Iona head coach Billy Chambers. Take it away.
Got off to a shaky start, but roared back with a 20-2 run in the second quarter.
Absolutely. I mean, they knew they were going to have to come out and play a gritty, tough, aggressive, athletic team. Allie does a great job preparing them, and, I was very proud of the confidence that we played with. Once we got through that shaky start, like you said, they were a little nervous, but settled down, played together, moved the ball, played completely unselfishly, and I'm very proud of them.
Now, we could talk about your scores, your freshman backcourt, but I have to go to Lesko and the lift and the defensive charges she took that really propelled your team defensively.
She is our glue, and she is held on by glue right now. But she's given everything she has for this team. She's leading them vocally. She's doing what she has to do to get us wins, and I'm proud of her as our leader.
Well, congratulations. A great win for your program and a big game against Ryder tomorrow.
Thank you.
We'll now bring in Juana Camilleon after dropping 26 and 9.
Player of the game. Outstanding game today, but The start was difficult with all the turnovers. Just talk about your mindset against the press.
I mean, it made me nervous, actually, because it's press. But I mean, I try to relax and just play with each other, and I don't know,
Just a great job just taking care of the basketball. Then you started to score, and your backcourt teammates started to score. Just talk about the confidence you have in your team.
It's huge. I trust a lot on my team because without them, I couldn't do what I do. So I trust them a lot.
Well, congratulations and good luck tomorrow against Ryder.
Thank you.
Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you, Phyllis. 75-64, the 10th seeded Iona Gales knock off the 7th seeded Siena Saints. There will be no chalk on the women's side of the bracket as both low seeds win here on Thursday. Next up, the Manhattan Jaspers against the St. Peter's Peacocks. Tip-off in just under 20 minutes. You can catch the game right here on ESPN3. For my broadcast partner, Phyllis Mangina, Megan Graham, and our entire ESPN3 crew here in Albany, my name is Jeff Brawl. Thank you so much for joining us for this postseason basketball game. We will see you next time. Good night from the Times Union Center.